In this video, I'm going to be analyzing the Way of the Open Hands features, giving my thoughts on them, saying what I think is really strong about it and what is really weak about it, and some ideas for what kind of build we're going to be looking at. Starting off, we have Open Hand Technique, and this is likely why you are in this subclass. This is a very flavorful, fun, cool feature, and it also gives us build opportunities. It's going to make us a Flurry of Blows specialist, and it's going to give us 3 options when we hit with a Flurry of Blows attack. Now, the sexiest of those options, and the one people probably most gravitate towards, is the option that lets you attempt to knock them prone. And it sounds amazing, but if you think about it for a second, we have to do both of our attacks first, and then we have to use Flurry of Blows afterwards, and then that first attack, you can attempt the save to knock them prone. If they fail it, then you get advantage on your 4th attack, your Flurry of Blows attack. So we're only getting advantage on 1 attack. So this is really only going to be powerful is if we have a bunch of melee allies following up to get a bunch of advantage on their attacks afterwards. Otherwise, you're probably just not getting enough value out of it, unfortunately. So looks really cool, looks really fun, but in practice, if it's just you in the front line, it's not going to be good enough. The second one is more of an opportunistic ability. It lets you knock them 15 feet away if they fail their save. Now this one allows you to knock people off cliffs, knock people into traps. It lets you do a ton of fun things. I think this is a really fun spot for Way of the Open Hand, but it is situational. It does depend on, is your DM the type of DM to put interesting traps on the battlefield? If not, you're barely ever going to use it. If so, you're going to probably be using it all the time because it's just so cool. Now the least sexy one is probably the best one. It's the one where we hit them and they cannot make opportunity attacks against us. This enables us to do a hit and run playstyle. Very, very similar to the Way of the Drunken Master monk. However, not exactly the same, because the Drunken Master can run through anybody and not take opportunity attacks where we have to attack the person, and we're only immune from opportunity attacks from that person in particular. So that means we're going to have to be bouncing on the outskirts as opposed to being able to just choose a target and go directly after them all the time. Sometimes we'll have to change targets to stay on the outskirts. However, it does have the advantage that it removes all of their abilities to do a reaction. So if you hit a spellcaster, they can't cast counterspell anymore. So that's pretty awesome. Comparing ourselves to the Drunken Master, I feel like the Drunken Master overall makes for a better hit and runner. We kind of let go of some of their hit and run utility to get some more offensive prowess. And I do think we are sexier than the Way of the Drunken Master as well. So if you want those cool moments where you're punching someone off a cliff, the Way of the Open Hand is going to be better for that. So it's a give and a take. At level 6, we get Wholeness of Body. And honestly, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. This is pretty terrible. Let's just compare it to Second Wind for a second. Second Wind, they get it first level. We get this one at 6th level. Second Wind uses a bonus action, ours uses an action. Second Wind recharges on a short rest, ours recharges on a long rest. The one and only thing it does better is it heals a bit more if it's 1 versus 1, not 1 versus 3, like it will be. Honestly, this is like once a day, you get a little bit of a health pack that you're not even probably going to use in combat. You're going to use it out of combat very, very often with very rare circumstances using it in combat. Yeah, so overall, not great. And it really doesn't get better at level 11 when we're picking up Tranquility. So Tranquility lets you start the day off with the Sanctuary spell on you. But the second we attack, that Sanctuary spell is gone. So it's a level 11 feature that says you have no feature once you make your first attack. And honestly, its use cases are few and far between. Its use case is essentially resistance to being ambushed. So what I would do with this is if we were about to go on a journey, I would take a long rest and then I would purposely put myself in front of the party, the first to hit a trap, the first to be attacked, and that's where I'm going to get the value out of Tranquility, but overall super low impact and kind of just forgettable. All right, so we've had 2 really honestly lame features, but we end off with a banger. The Way of the Open Hand 17th level feature is really, really good. Probably premier capstone subclass feature for monks. It's just super efficient. Even if they're not instantly dying, it's still pretty damn efficient. And then if they are instantly dying, the numbers just go astronomically in favor of using this all the time. But you just have to hit them with an unarmed strike to set this up. Then you spend 3 key points. So you can use Flurry of Blows or not, but you have 1 turn where you're just punching them. So your damage is going to be about the same as it would be if you were just having a normal turn. And then on the next turn, you take your action instead of, punching them a bunch of times, you're going to do an average of 55 damage if they pass. So it's super efficient before they even fail. And once they do fail, the numbers just absolutely go crazy as far as efficiency goes. That's like, it could be 350 points of damage for 3 key points. It gets insane fast. So yeah, we start off strong. We have a bit of a dip phase to the mid levels, but as far as the end game of monks, Way of the Open Hand might be as strong as you get. That has been my take on the features of the Way of the Open Hand. I'm going to be doing a build on it pretty soon, so hit the subscribe button so you do not miss that. If you want to support the channel, we do have a Patreon. Go and check us out there. And other than that, I hope you have yourselves a killer day, and I'll see you on the next one. See you, love you, bye.